The tennis world has just been hit by a massive earthquake. Just as we were settling into the excitement of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, the official draw has been released, and the news is even bigger than we imagined. This isn't just about a tournament. It's about a complete shift in the power dynamics of the WTA. In a stunning turn of events, the two biggest titans of the sport, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and world number 2 Iga Swiatek, have officially withdrawn from the Dubai 1000. The top two seeds are out, and the shock waves are being felt from the practice courts to the fans in the stands. Sabalenka, who is fresh off her Australian Open success, has cited extreme fatigue, while Swiatek's camp confirmed a recurring injury that requires immediate attention. For the organizers, it's a heartbreak. But for the rest of the field, and especially for our champion, Alex, the gates of opportunity have just swung wide open. The Giants have fallen before the first ball was even served. And now the Dubai throne is up for grabs. But let's get to the headline that is currently exploding across social media. With the official brackets now public, we have performed a deep dive post-mortem of the draw. And the potential matchup everyone was dreaming of is officially on the horizon. We are talking about Alex Eala versus Leylah Fernandez. This is the ultimate Filipino derby that the world has been waiting for. Leylah, the Canadian-Filipino powerhouse and former US Open finalist, is positioned in the same section of the draw. This isn't just a tennis match. It's a cultural phenomenon. Two elite lefties, two warriors, and two symbols of pride potentially clashing on the fast courts of Dubai. The stadium, which is already bracing for thousands of Filipino fans, might just become the loudest arena in tennis history if these two meet. What makes this run so different for Alex is the status she now holds. She isn't just a guest in this draw. Thanks to her career-high ranking of world number 40, she earned her spot in the main draw by right. She didn't have to grind through the brutal qualifying rounds. While other players were struggling with the humidity and pressure of the qualifiers, Alex has been in a power recovery mode. She has spent her days acclimating to the specific speed of the Dubai courts, fine-tuning her serve, and watching her potential rivals carefully. However, don't think for a second that the path is easy just because the top seeds are gone. The draw is still a minefield of talent. Alex's first-round opponent has been confirmed as a qualifier. And in a WTA 1000 event, qualifier is just another word for a hungry, dangerous player who has already won 2 matches on these courts. If Alex can navigate that opening hurdle, the bracket opens up into a high-stakes tactical battle. In this special report, we are breaking down every single inch of this bracket. We are going to analyze the path of redemption for Alex following her early exit in Doha. We look at the exact statistical advantages she holds and why the locker room is buzzing about her fresh energy. This is a moment of destiny. The stage is set, the bracket is live, and the world is watching to see if the girl from Quezon City can conquer the desert. The real story is just beginning. And trust me, the details we've uncovered about her potential second-round opponents will leave you speechless. Stay with me because the Dubai dream is officially in motion. Now that we know the Giants have stepped aside, all eyes are on the first hurdle. But here's the thing about a WTA 1000 tournament. There is no such thing as an easy draw. Alex Eala has been slated to face a qualifier in her opening match. On paper, some might say, oh, it's just a qualifier. But in reality, this is the ultimate trap. These qualifiers are players who have already played 2 high-stakes matches on these exact courts over the last 48 hours. They have the rhythm. They have adjusted to the wind, and they are battle-hardened. For Alex, the challenge is to find her feet immediately. She cannot afford a slow start like we saw in Doha. She needs to impose her left-handed dominance from the very first point to avoid being upset by a hungry underdog. But why is everyone looking past the first round? It's because the bracket has teased us with a matchup that could break the internet. If Alex navigates her opening match, she enters a section of the draw that features the Canadian-Filipina superstar Leylah Fernandez. Let's talk about Eala for a moment. She is currently ranked in the world elite, and she has a history of performing on the biggest stages. Just last week in Abu Dhabi, Alex and her partner Janice 10 actually defeated Leylah Fernandez and Kristina Mladenovic in a thrilling doubles match. That victory was a massive statement. It proved that Alex doesn't just belong on the same court as Leylah. She can beat her. The Filipino Derby isn't just a dream anymore. It's a mathematical possibility in this Dubai bracket. Imagine the atmosphere in the stadium. You have two lefties who play with incredible heart and soul. Leylah is known for her giant-slaying runs at the US Open, but Alex is the rising force of 2026. The tactical contrast here is fascinating. Leylah likes to take the ball on the rise and redirect it with extreme pace. Alex, however, has developed a much more physical game under the guidance of the Rafa Nadal Academy. She has the heavy topspin and the defensive grit to grind down an aggressive player like Leylah. If this matchup happens, it will be the most watched tennis match in the history of Southeast Asia. The local organizers in Dubai are already whispering about moving this potential clash to the night session on center court to accommodate the massive Filipino community. But to get there, Alex has to stay disciplined. She has been working on a specific counterpunching strategy to neutralize the flat-hitting style of players like Leylah. She's been drilling her cross-court forehand to pin her opponents deep behind the baseline, preventing them from attacking the net. The beauty of this Dubai draw is that with Sabinka and Sweekan, the winner of a potential Leylah Fernandez clash wouldn't just be moving to the next round. They would be becoming one of the favorites to reach the final. The stakes have been raised from a simple tournament run to a career-defining moment. Alex isn't just playing for ranking points anymore. She's playing for the crown of the best Pinu player in the world. We're going to dive into the tactical blueprint. We've obtained exclusive info on the specific adjustments Alex has made to her backhand to handle the high-velocity shots she'll face in the second and third rounds. Don't go anywhere because the technical side of this Dubai miracle is where the real secrets are hidden. While the world is busy celebrating the miracle upgrade and the potential Filipino Derby, something very serious is happening behind the closed doors of Alex Eala's training camp in Dubai. Winning a tennis match at this level isn't just about heart and soul. It's about precision engineering. After the early exit in Doha, Alex and her coaching staff from the Rafa Nadal Academy went straight back to the drawing board. They identified a specific area of her game that needed an immediate software update to handle the high-velocity, flat-hitting style of players like Leylah Fernandez and the other top seeds in the bracket. We've obtained exclusive insights into the specific tactical adjustments Alex has been working on during her private sessions this week. The biggest focus is her backhand wing. In her previous matches, we noticed that under extreme pressure, Alex's backhand would sometimes sit up mid-court, giving her opponents an easy chance to attack. But in Dubai, observers have seen a completely different backhand. She is now hitting through the ball with much more linear drive. Instead of just defending, she's using her backhand as a primary weapon to change the direction of the rally. This is a game changer. If she can consistently fire backhand winners down the line, she effectively shuts down the court for players like Leylah, who rely on predictable cross-court patterns. Another fascinating update is her return of serve positioning. Alex has traditionally stood quite deep to give herself time to react. However, for the Dubai 1000, she has been practicing standing much closer to the baseline, sometimes even stepping inside it. This is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. By taking the serve early, she robs her opponent of time, forcing them onto the defensive from the very first strike. This is the exact strategy Rafa Nadal used to dominate for years. And seeing Alex adopt this aggressive stance shows that she is ready to stop being the underdog and start being the alpha on the court. But it's not just about the shots, it's about the chess match of the court. Alex has been drilling a specific serve and +1 strategy. This means she isn't just hitting a serve and hoping for the best. She is serving with a specific intention to set up her powerful forehand on the very next ball. By targeting the opponent's weaker wing with a wide slice serve and then finishing the point with a heavy inside-out forehand, she can end points quickly. This will be crucial in the Dubai heat, where saving physical energy can be the difference between winning a match and collapsing in the third set. Her coaching staff has also introduced a new mental mapping technique. Between points, you might see Alex looking at her strings or a specific spot on the court. She is practicing a routine to reset her heart rate and refocus her mind. After the disappointment in Doha, this mental fortitude is her biggest upgrade. She is learning to treat every point like a separate match. Whether she is up 40 or down 40, her intensity remains identical. This robotic focus is what separates the top 50 from the top 10. As we move closer to the opening match, the excitement in the Filipino community is reaching a fever pitch. But inside the Eala camp, it's all about business. They know that the Sablingkit vacuum has created a golden path, but they also know that every player in this draw is a shark. In the next part, we're going to look at the financial jackpot and the massive ranking leap that is now within Alex's reach. How many millions of pesos are on the line this week? And what does she need to do to officially become the highest-ranked Southeast Asian player in history? Don't move, because the stakes are about to get even higher. As we dive deeper into the Dubai 10,000 draw, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. The massive life-changing stakes that are on the line for Alex this week. We often talk about the glory and the trophies, but tennis is also a business. And for a rising star from the Philippines, the financial and ranking implications of this tournament are staggering. With the sudden withdrawal of world leaders like Sabinka and Swiatek, the points jackpot has been blown wide open, and Alex is standing right at the vault. Let's talk numbers, because they are truly mind-blowing. By being upgraded directly into the main draw, Alex has already secured a guaranteed paycheck that most athletes dream of. Just for stepping onto the court for her first-round match, she is looking at a minimum prize of over $18,000. That is roughly 1 million Philippine pesos before she even hits her first serve. But it doesn't stop there. If Alex can navigate past that tricky qualifier in the first round and potentially overcome the Leylah Fernandez hurdle in the second, she enters the millionaire's row of the tournament. A run to the round of 16 in a WTA 1000 event carries a prize of nearly $50,000, which is almost $2. 8 million pesos. This isn't just money. This is the capital Alex needs to fund her world-class coaching team, her travel, and her high-performance training for the rest of the 2026 season. But for Alex and her team, the WTA ranking points are even more valuable than the cash. Currently sitting at a career high of world number 40 with approximately 1,244 points, Alex is on the verge of history. The Dubai 1000 offers a massive 1,000 points to the winner. But even a quarterfinal run, which is now much more realistic with the top seeds gone, would net her 215 points. If Alex manages to bank those 215 points this week, she wouldn't just be in the top 40, she would skyrocket into the world's top 30 to 32. Do you realize what that means? Being in the top 32 changes everything. It means she would likely be seeded at the upcoming French Open and Wimbledon. Being seeded means she wouldn't have to face a top 10 player until the third round of a Grand Slam. It is the ultimate protection for a professional player. And Alex is currently just 2 or 3 big wins away from that reality. She is carrying the weight of an entire nation's sporting history on her shoulders as she aims to become the first ever Filipino to break that elite top 30 barrier. The pressure is immense, but so is the motivation. We've seen Alex's brand value explode over the last few months. Sponsors are lining up, and the global media is finally starting to recognize her not just as a prospect, but as a contender. However, with big rewards come big risks. The Leylah versus Alex section of the draw is being called the power bracket because whoever survives it will likely have the momentum to go all the way to the semifinals. Inside the locker room, the vibe has shifted. The other players see Alex as a fresh threat. They see a girl who didn't have to spend her energy in the qualifiers. A girl who has the backing of 700,000 local fans in the UAE. And a girl who is playing for more than just herself. She's playing for a country that has waited decades for a tennis icon. We're going to give you the final verdict. We'll break down the exact broadcast times and tell you why the first 15 minutes of her opening match will tell us everything we need to know about her fate in Dubai. The Dubai dream is no longer fantasy. It's a live, high-stakes reality. Don't go anywhere. The conclusion is going to be electric. This is it. Eala Nation, the speculation is over. The brackets are set, and the Dubai Miracle is about to face its ultimate test on the hard courts. As we stand on the brink of this massive WTA 1000 event, the atmosphere in Dubai is unlike anything we've seen before. The silence before the storm is deafening. Tomorrow, Sunday, February 15th, the first ball will be struck, and Alex Eala's journey to redefine Philippines sporting history will officially begin. So, what is the final verdict for our champion? After analyzing the withdrawals of Sabalenka and Swiatek, the tactical upgrades in Alex's game, and the looming Filipino derby against Leylah Fernandez, one thing is certain: the stars have aligned. Alex Eala has never had a better opportunity to reach a WTA 1000 quarterfinal or even a semifinal. But as the saying goes, fortune favors the brave. The first 15 minutes of her opening match against the qualifier will be the most telling. We need to see that new aggressive linear backhand. We need to see her stepping inside the baseline on her returns. If Alex starts with that alpha energy, she won't just win. She will send a message to the entire bracket that the girl from the Philippines is here to stay. For everyone watching from home, you need to be ready. Whether you are tuned into Sky Sports, Tennis TV, or watching the local coverage on Tap Sports in the Philippines, make sure your notifications are on. This is a moment where every point matters. We are looking at a potential ranking jump that could land Alex in the world's top 32, making her a seeded player for the upcoming Grand Slams. This isn't just a tournament run. It's the birth of a new era in Asian tennis. To the 700,000 Filipinos in the UAE, your presence at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Stadium is the X factor. We've heard reports that ticket sales have skyrocketed by 40% just because of Alex's direct entry. When she steps onto that court, she needs to hear the roar of the barangay. She needs to feel that she isn't just one girl against the world, but one girl backed by 100 million hearts. Let's make the Dubai Stadium feel like Manila. As we close this special report, I want to leave you with this thought. In 2026, Alex Eala isn't just playing for herself. She is proving that a kid from a small tennis nation can stand toe-to-toe with the world's elite and come out on top. She is the living embodiment of Lab and Filipinos. The Doha disaster is in the past. The Dubai dream is the present. I want to hear your final battle cry in the comments. Type Lab and Alex if you are ready for Sunday. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because as soon as that first match ends, I'll be here with the most in-depth post-match analysis on the internet. The stage is set. The giants have fallen. The miracle is here. Now it's time for Alex Eala to show the world what she's made of. Thank you for being part of this journey. We'll see you at the first serve. Lab and Alex, Lab and Pilipinas.